Hey, good people. This is Ahmed Minawa from Minawa Tube, and today we're going to talk about when tourism is going to come back to Asia, and in specific, Southeast Asia. We all know that because of the coronavirus, a lot of these countries locked down and they don't allow international tourism for a while now. So we want to know now, when are they going to open up? What are the rules? What are the regulations? Did they set dates for them opening up or no? So I'm going to talk about five countries: Thailand, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, and Singapore. So we'll see these countries and whether they're opening up or not yet. So let's start first with Bali. Bali is a beautiful island located in Indonesia. It's very popular around the world. A lot of tourists like to go there, especially from Australia and from the Western countries, and also from the Middle East. A lot of people go there for honeymoon. It is still locked down for tourists. Tourists are not allowed to enter the country at the moment, but at least there is a plan. There is a plan divided into three phases, where by the third phase, international tourism would be reopened. So the first phase started on July 9th, and that was only limited to people who have health conditions, or government officials, or people going there for religious rituals. So yeah, that was limited to special limited number of people. The second phase started on July 31st, and that's limited only to Indonesians and foreigners living in Indonesia. So that's only domestic tourism. And the third phase, it will start on September 11th. That's when they will reopen for international tourism with a lot of restrictions and regulations. So you need to follow the rules, and that's when you'll be allowed into the country. So let's wait and see what happens on September 11th. And from there, you can plan your visit to Bali. Number two, Malaysia. Malaysia, the beautiful country in Southeast Asia. A lot of tourists go to Malaysia for many different kind of tourism there, and it is very popular. But is it open for tourism? No, not yet. International tourists can't enter the country, no matter if you're visa exempted or you don't need visa whatsoever to enter the country. That's not gonna happen. You're gonna not gonna be allowed to enter the country. So the only people allowed to enter the country at the moment are people who are going there for medical tourism, and not all countries, certain countries only. For example, Brunei, Singapore, South Korea, Japan, Australia, and New Zealand, because they managed to control the spread of the virus in their country a little bit, so they're given special treatment. Of course, things are changing every day. Some countries lost control, so this list keep on changing. But for tourism, they're not promising anything. They're saying that there's a possibility that international tourism would resume on 31st August 2020, but nothing is sure for now. Number three is Singapore. Singapore, this very, very beautiful country. A lot of people like to go to this country for business mostly, but also tourists like to go to this country for the shopping and also for the New Year's. Everybody knows about New Year's in Singapore, it's just special. So, will you be able to go to Singapore at the moment? No. Tourism is still locked down. You can't enter the country, whether you're visa exempted or no. You can't enter the country. Short-term visits are not allowed. So yeah, you can't enter the country, and there's nothing projected, nothing is clear whatsoever. They're maybe waiting to look at case studies, let's say from Malaysia, which maybe might start tourism on 31st August, but nothing yet is clear. Some people are allowed into the country, for example, Chinese who are coming for business or medical reasons or sponsored by the government. Also, the same thing goes for Malaysia too, because of the border and how a lot of Malaysians go to Singapore and Singaporeans go to Malaysia. But nothing is for sure for international tourism. So here we need to wait and see what will happen in the beginning of September. So yeah, that's for September. That's for Singapore, sorry. So number four is Japan. Japan is a very, very popular country. in Asia. A lot of tourists like to go to Japan, whether Asians or international tourists, but it is still locked down for tourism. No tourists are allowed to enter the country. It is really restricted. They're even restricting even people entering for different kind of reasons. So it's very hard to enter the country at the moment. So if you're a student or going there for business, they're gonna start allowing people to enter the country from international destinations from the beginning of September. So they will start with people who are going to Japan for business, and then after that, students, and so on. Tourism will come last, of course, after they see what happens with the other categories. So yeah, that's for Japan. So for Japan, I think we'll need to wait and see what happens in September, and whether they will set a date for allowing tourists to enter the country, hopefully before the end of the year. Finally, number five, Thailand. Thailand is the most popular country in Asia when it comes to tourism. It relies on tourism, and a lot of tourists rely on Thailand. They really love this country. They love to come to this country to relax, whether on the beach, whether to do different things. So you have all kind of tourism here in Thailand. Is it open for tourists, international tourists? No, it's not open. Is it open for domestic tourists? Yeah, people who are in Thailand can move around the country freely, and the country is actually considered the best country that dealt with the virus. But they're not taking any risks. They want to make sure that everything is under control before they allow international and commercial flights and tourists to enter the country. Some are saying that tourists might be allowed into the country in the beginning of October, 1st October, basically because they're thinking that Thailand is really reliant on tourism, so that should happen, but that's only assumptions. So other people have a more negative view. They think that tourism won't open in Thailand until next year, 2021. So we are not sure about anything right now. I wouldn't say that I lean towards any of these two suggestions. I would say that Thailand's gonna see what's gonna happen with the other countries, whether in Asia or in. So yeah, that's it for Thailand. So let's wait and see. I'm gonna leave sources down in the description of the video. You can check the sources. They're always updated, and of course know what's happening. If you like this video, please press the like button, subscribe, share with your friends who are planning to travel to Asia, and finally, of course, thank you for listening to this video.